How do you see it right now? What are your first impressions of how everything turns out?
I think it matched the vision that our design team had when we started the project. We're able to create more premium spaces for fans who have interest in that. We're able to provide more restrooms. We nearly doubled the number of restrooms, added way more concessions and point of sales for people. The ease of moving through the concourses, especially on the west side and obviously the new north, is greatly improved. So in so many ways we made the experience better. We have gates that give you a real sense of arrival, whereas in the past they were just kind of tucked up underneath the stadium. And then the aesthetic piece where you add a bunch of brick and accents and really dress up this huge structure which sits in the middle of the campus and almost make it blend in with the rest of campus. So those were all goals heading into the project, and I think we're able to hit our marks on just about every one of them.
What was your favorite aspect of it? I know I tweeted I love the Mississippi Plaza. That's probably one of my favorites. What's one of yours?
I love the brick on the outside. I think when you pull up to a venue and the exterior just tells you a lot about it. But it's hard to pick just one. I love the Mississippi Plaza. I love the way it has all 82 counties represented. Some of our premium spaces I think all of them are really good, but some of them are really unique. The Gridiron especially is a pretty cool place. I love the fact that those people who have just been loyal for so many years, who have seats on the west side and may have had the worst concourse in college football for years, they now have something that's modern and clean and easy to move around in, and modern concessions and good restrooms, all that kind of stuff. So it's there's a lot of good things to pick from.
What goes into some of it seems like what makes it all kind of come together, the small details, whether it's Mississippi Plaza or the plays like you were talking about, the touchdowns, the fumble, the personal banners. How did all those ideas kind of come together?
It's, as I told somebody else, it's been a 4-year process from the day we first started strategizing on our long-range vision for Davis Wade to today. And so there's a lot of meetings. I mean, you're meeting once a month for 2 or 3 years, and sometimes more than that. And they're lengthy meetings, and you're covering a lot of ground. And it's, you got to give credit to our design team for staying focused. Our architects, people on our Bulldog Club staff, just everybody who contributed to this process stayed focused. And sometimes it'd be kind of serendipity. We'd have a thought, hey, we need something here. The columns where the games are displayed there in the North Concourse, we needed something to dress that area up. And we thought, let's let the fans help decide. Let's let the donors help decide what games we pick. So some of it was just kind of fell into it, if you will, but it ended up being really good ideas. And I love the details because I think that's so important. The lighted handrails on that grand staircase, they actually had those at TD Ameritrade in Omaha, and we came back and said we got to include that somehow. That's really a beautiful aspect, and it's provides safety and all that kind of stuff. So it was fun to kind of see how it all goes together and see how it all ties together, and can't wait for Saturday night to see 61,000 Bulldog fans in the place.
I know you're just not getting done with this thing, but knowing you're proactive, you like to be thinking about the next project. Is there something else that you're thinking about in the immediate future, kind of what's next for Scott Field, for Davis Wade Stadium?
I don't think we have anything immediate. There's eventually we need to get to do to the East Concourse what we did the West Concourse. That's not going to be inexpensive just to do because there's really no revenue associated with that, but it's important that we do that. There's a part of me that says when we get to that point of needing new seats and feel like we need to expand, if we get to that point, we would just kind of mimic this project on the south end, but also kind of like the way the south end opens up to the junction. You have those views into the center of our tailgating universe on campus, and it's almost like right field, the bay at AT&T Park, where the bay is kind of opens up to the ballpark. I kind of like the way the junction opens up to the rest of the stadium. So, we'll have a lot of time to think about what we do there. But I always want to make sure we have an opening out to the junction because I think that's important. But we don't have anything immediate. When we get to that point, it'll be fun to strategize and plan. We got some other things in other parts of campus that we're kind of focused on right now.
From where you started, when you came over here working under Greg Byrne, to where you are now, could you imagine kind of the change that campus has taken over that time from demise to this to the new baseball stadium?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you can't envision it, it's not going to happen. So we have a lot of creative people, and we're always thinking what it can be. And but it's gratifying to step back and say, look what our fans and our teams and our staff have been able to do to bring about this kind of change. It totally changes the way this stadium feels, both inside and outside. And so it's exciting to see Mississippi State people come together and rolling up our sleeves and figuring that out. And it's a model that has served us well for 130 years on this campus, and I'm sure it's going to continue to do so.
Was something so new? Are there any concerns with it being for the first time on Saturday?
Oh, absolutely. Are the toilet's going to flush, or the light's going to come on, and the elevator's going to work. But that's just typical things you think of when you're opening up a new facility. But there's nothing that jumps out at me and says, "Hey, this is going to be a problem." I'm sure we'll have things that people will tell us that we need to work on, but I think overwhelmingly up to this point it's been very positive, and I look forward to Saturday because I think we'll get a lot of positive feedback, and I think we'll get some constructive feedback as well.
Does the Mercedes-Benz commercial making a comeback?
The hard-hitting question.
It is a hard-hitting question. I haven't seen the rundown. I doubt Janice will be around.
Dueling score.